So I welcome all of you to Kalalgoda English Medium Retreat. Today is the first retreat in 2020. Time is passing. Anyway, so we have some written questions. So we'll start the discussion with written questions.
We have 7 questions altogether.
Yeah.
Venerable Bhante, walking meditation. I feel relaxed. I feel the movements of feet, smoothness and roughness of the sand on different surfaces. It was easy to concentrate during walking meditation. Today, Parangama meditation. Sometimes I feel long breath and short breath, but sometimes I couldn't concentrate. I couldn't find the differences of the breath. Please, Venerable Bhante, give me some kind of advice. Thero and Saranai.
So he or she is asking while walking, asking
she can concentrate, but
breath,
sitting she can't.
Okay. Basically, I mean, we are not supposed to look at breath while walking, so it is not necessary actually, because if we are trying to do anapanasati while walking, actually the benefit that we are expecting through walking meditation is not coming to us. Basically, say for example, while walking, our foot is constantly changing, and even the location is changing, and we have to immediately keep our attention then and there to each and every step. So that is actually a challenge, and that is what we need to develop. So once we are capable of doing that, so we are developing certain skills, very much like correct aiming of the mind to whatever the particular place we are interested of, and correct timing. It is exactly when the foot is touching the ground, then only we have to exactly move the mind, or we have to locate the mind there. So likewise, this correct timing, correct aiming, and all these things are certain skills that we are developing through walking meditation. But while walking, if you are keeping your attention at the nostril, we are not having such skill. We are not developing such skill. So therefore, I don't recommend doing anapanasati while walking. So instead, try to do walking meditation while keeping your attention at the foot. At the beginning, more into the sole of the foot. So that is the beginning stage, but later you can keep your attention throughout the body, but not keeping at a particular same place. So while in sitting, you can keep at the same place, that may be at the nostril, and at that time it is possible that your breath might not be felt, you might not feel it. So that is a possibility, because when you are going through walking meditation, so there's a fair calming down happens. So you are almost going through some period of sitting meditation while at walking. So with some developed mindfulness, you are coming to sitting meditation. So already, therefore, breath might have come to its subtle stage. So you might not feel it in a gross level, but it may be subtle. But as you are keeping your attention at the nostril, it may be possible that again it may appear. So you just need to wait there, expecting it might appear. So you should not waver your attention at any other place. Rather, you keep your attention at the nostril and you are waiting. So while you are waiting, keeping attention at the nostril, then there's a possibility that this subtle breath can reappear. So that is what typically happens. But on the other hand, if you even can't feel it, even if you are keeping it there for a while, still you can't feel the breath, then better you can start the touching points of your whole body. You can keep your attention at the touching point at your hands, or at your legs, or at your buttocks. So likewise, there may be various touching points where you can keep your attention. Yeah.
Theruvan Saranai, Venerable Bhante. In sitting meditation, when ideas appear in mind, I used to think that this is my manoviññāna, nothing else. So I don't have to think about it further, I let it go. Is that the right thing I should do? Or otherwise, how can I turn those ideas into Vipassana meditation? Venerable Bhante, may you attain supreme Nibbana in this Gautama Buddha Sasana itself.
May you too. So, Basically, I mean, there are different approaches. So if you are at the early stages of your meditation and once you are trying to look at your mind, if you get caught to whatever the thoughts going on in your mind, then better put your attention at the body, because still you are not having say some develop mindfulness and clear comprehension to attend the mind, because these thoughts happening at the mind are very attractive and very tempting. So there's a high possibility while you are looking at them, you might get caught to them. So then you'll be drifted or carried away by them. So on the other hand, assume that certain thoughts are happening in your mind. You can look at them, and as you said, you can simply note it, like it may be just thoughts. I mean, you don't need to use very sophisticated terms like manoviññāna and all these things. You can simply know them as simply thoughts, or you can simply know them as maybe memories or planning or something like that. You can simply discard and just discard and then come back to your body, so that you may be with ānāpānasati or you may be with rising and falling. On the other hand, assume that you are sort of some somewhat capable meditator, in the sense that you have fair amount of developed mindfulness and you can clearly see what is going on in the mind without being attracted to them, then you can actually look at the mind. So it may be various thought patterns happening at your mind, but you can look at them like someone else, like an outsider. You can look at them. So it is no more, it is yours. So it is very much like you are look at them in an objective manner. Thoughts are happening and you can come out of them rather than being a victim to them, and you are simply watching like movie. You are simply in the audience, but the movie is playing and you can simply watch it in a distant manner. So likewise you can handle it. So that may be in the little advanced stage where you can say that we are in at the Chittanupassana level, and even far you can go where at the very beginning if you can see the very beginning of this thought pattern, say beginning of the signs happening. There may be little signs happening, maybe mental images happening. So if you can look at them, how they are coming to your mind, so then you are fairly capable. That means you have fair amount of vigilance in the mind, fair amount of clarity in the mind. So this clear mind is now getting a kind of a strange or new image, kind of a mental image, and you can clearly see it. And then there's a possibility that maybe due to past habits you may be adding little bit to it, but you are not going too far. Within a short period you can immediately check it. You can immediately subside it, and then again mind come back to the original purity or original sort of equanimity. So there are different levels. So you need to understand where you are. If you feel that still you are not capable of looking at your mind and handling it to the subtle level, then better develop further mindfulness using body or the feelings, and you can whatever happens in the mind you can simply discard. Instead, if you feel that you are capable, you have some developed mindfulness, then immediately you can look at the mind and they are coming and going. You can look at them in a distant manner as a third party, and you can allow them to come and go. Yes. So we are going one after the other. If you have any question to ask, or if you need any clarification, feel free to raise your hand or come front.
Venerable Swamin Wahanse, please explain whether meditation is a pina or kusala, or whether it is a path to attain Nibbana.
Path to attain Nibbana. So I actually, if you to explain, so in the pina also it is included. Actually, there are 10 punya kriya, the wholesome deeds Buddha has mentioned. So in there also, dana, sila, bhavana, patidana, pattanumodana, veya, vacha, apachayana. Likewise, there's a list. So bhavana is included there. But on the other hand, in the Eightfold Path, Noble Eightfold Path, there are also Sila Samadhi Prajna, the virtues or the morality, concentration and wisdom. So there also the meditation is included. So that is actually the higher Sikha, that is the higher training, where we are developing higher Sila, higher concentration and higher wisdom. So therefore, the later actually only it becomes that it is neither wholesome nor unwholesome. It's very much into the kind of the domain of the Nibbana, where the yogi is getting to area where he is no more accumulating karma. So in the Vipassana, say one may be coming to a range where you are not making I. You are not identifying as a person. I making and mind making is not no more. But the things are happening and you are doing it as a sort of responsibility or as a liability. You are doing it, but not making I or mine out of it. So then you are in a different region. Yes.
Venerable Bhante, keeping the primary object as the breath, I was able to observe that the in-breath was long and cold, whilst the out-breath was warm and short. Eventually, the breath thins out and disappears, but the abdomen keeps moving. Later on, was able to observe properties of the breath such as length, direction and shape. Single-pointed concentration localized between the eyebrows. How should I proceed from here?
Single-pointed localization?
Single-pointed concentration localized between the eyebrows.
Mm-hmm.
How should I proceed?
Yeah. Now, assume, say, you are keeping your attention at the nostril and the breath disappears. So at that time, if you can even feel whatever feeling at the eyebrows or at your abdomen or tummy or whatever, doesn't matter. So we are in a kind of a open awareness where any kind of sensation is a valid sensation. We are no more trying to discard them and come back to nostril. Rather, whatever sensation available throughout the body is a valid observation. But you can select one of them. There may be 10-20 sensations available, and you can select some prominent sensation and locate your attention there, and you can start observing that. Assume it disappears, and then you can go into another sensation, whatever is prominent, and then you can start watching that. So likewise, the whole body becomes your part of observation, field of observation. So therefore, for different people and even for the same person, the different sensations can happen. So it may not be every time at your eyebrows, it may be at different places. So you can continue watching all these things. Between these two, you can select which one is more easy to look at, or you can which one is more prominent. And depending on that, you can select one of them and start watching that. Yes.
I have been a strict vegetarian for some time now, refraining from consuming eggs and milk. However, since recently I started to take eggs as there were concerns regarding malnutrition. I still believe consuming eggs is wrong. Does this culminate in breaching Trikoti Parishuddha Sila? Much respect and gratitude.
Yeah, I heard some new types of eggs called Buddhist eggs. I don't know whether you are eating that. Because I heard that even if you keep it for a long time, it may not produce a chick. Yeah. So therefore, they are called Buddhist eggs. So probably you can try them. But on the other hand, these things are, people can go to various scientific inventions. I don't know. It is very much like our own consciousness. Conscience. Where if we think that we are killing an animal and we are participating in it or we are promoting it, then there's a kind of a pollution or kind of a contamination happened at our mind. So we have some guilty feeling. But on the other hand, if you are not carrying it and having it, thinking that no, but still, I mean, there are, because that intention matters really. Intention really matters. But on the other hand, if you are participating to killing, and you are the one killing, and definitely you have to bear the fruit, bear the consequences. On the other hand, say you don't know, you are simply going to someone's house, and it is not that they are not expecting you, but you are simply a visitor, kind of a guest. And they have their own eggs and all these things available, and they simply offer you. So eating them can't say that you are contributing to any kind of a demerit, because it is not meant for you. That is what Buddha has mentioned related to the monks. So related to that Trikotika Parishuddhi, what that mansa, what you call what is allowable kind of meat. So that is where you are not intentionally killed, and that particular whatever the meat is not you killed, and it is not meant for you. So likewise, certain conditions are there. Say one monk is going to village Vindapata, and there's a house he is reaching, and them the householders have simply made something, not for him. They didn't expect a monk there, but not for him. So, but still they offer some food, meat or whatever thing, but still it is valid. But on the other hand, assume that a monk is going to a house dana, house offering. So at such situation, there's a possibility that they are preparing something, fish and all these things for him, particularly for him. So there he may get caught. So likewise, even if for you yourself, if you are going to some other place and if you think that you are not expected, rather you are kind of suddenly went there, and at that time you've been served with meat and all meats, eggs and whatever thing, I don't think that we get any kind of a demerit. Because we are not intentionally, or they are not intentionally prepare it for us. But on the other hand, it depends on how your attitude. So if you feel that I can maintain my body without meat, so it's a possibility. And nowadays there are various other supplements, and you can use them, can survive. Yes, okay, now we'll go.
Reverend Sir, I am an amateur for meditation. I practice breathing meditation and Maitri Bhavana. I cannot keep my concentration in one thing while practicing Anapanasati. Can concentrate for a while when practicing Maitri Bhavana. Is there a technique to concentrate? Thank you, Thero and Saranai.
Yeah. Actually, you can do little Maitri Bhavana, Metta, and then come back to Anapanasati. So if you feel Metta is quite easy for you and your mind get concentrated, so you can do a little bit of Metta. Then you are calm, you are coming back, your very mind settles and your mind become happy, and you can keep your attention in the present moment, and slowly you keep your attention at the nostril or whatever the abdomen. So Metta can become a kind of access to Anapanasati. So therefore, if you feel that Metta is easy for you, you can start with that. And actually there's a even better possibility, like you can continue with Metta. Continue with Metta, even not taking Anapanasati for a long time, and you have to develop Metta for a high level. That's a other issue. That means you have to develop Metta towards various people, and say some people whoever you like, and some people whom you are indifferent, and to some others who you don't like, where you can have Metta towards everyone at equal level. And then you can spread Metta to each and every direction, and basically all 6 directions, or all 8 directions, or 10 directions. So likewise, you are becoming kind of a source of Metta. So then you are in a different level, what we call as you have broken the boundaries. No more limits. So it becomes immeasurable. Where what you call the Metta Cheto Vimutti, the freedom of mind coming achieved through metta. So if you can come to that level, then actually you can use such level as the ground for Vipassana meditation. So this is a long track, by the way. You need to practice really hard there in order to come to this level. But it is also possible. There are people who are very fond of metta, and they do continuous metta practice for a long time, and they can reach this stage. So this is the stage that Buddha is very much praising, where you get 11 benefits. Like the person who having this skill can sleep well, can wake up well, and he will be protected by the devas and may not get harmed by any fire, poison and all these things. Devata Rakhanti. Then his mind get easily concentrated, and if not attained, he may get reborn in the Brahma realm. So likewise, there are 11 benefits Buddha has mentioned. This is to this Metta Ceto Vimutti level. Yes.
Venerable Sir, how do you, it's not my question, right?
Yeah.
But how do you convert the Ceto Vimukti level to Vipassana?
Yeah, while being at Ceto Vimutti, you have to simply keep it. Now, Ceto Vimutti means you are fairly skilled, fairly capable there, and you can maintain such attitude in a very effortless manner. Okay, so the mind has free, no, say for example, no big distraction or no big hindrance. Fairly mind has freed, and it has the quality of metta. And while keeping such levels, you can simply allow mind to behave as it like. Now you are losing your hand, you are removing your hand, you are no more controlling the mind, and allow mind to behave as it likes. Assume as a past habit, due to past habit, assume that it may go and grasp something. So now you understand. Oh, this is grasping. Understand, and then you come back. So where you are coming back is the same that metta Ceto Vimutti. So metta Ceto Vimutti becomes your ground. So ground of your Vipassana becomes metta Ceto Vimutti. While being there, you allow your mind to play as it like, and then simply you are watching it. It is going to various objects, and you are capable of watching it, and then you simply apply wisdom and release it. And where it returns is back to the metta Ceto Vimutti. Something like that. So typically what we do in Vipassana, typical Vipassana is we achieve, say, Animitta Ceto Vimutti. That's again a little high level, because it is not the simple level where you have to go through fair amount of practice, learning or understanding impermanence, suffering, unsatisfactoriness, all this non-self, all characteristics, and then only the mind becomes unattached, or mind becomes free. And one has to develop that state to the Ceto Vimutti level, where the things happen effortlessly. So then that is very equal to that Metta Ceto Vimutti. So different approaches are there. So this becomes the field of higher training, where you are keeping your mind in a very effortless, equanimous, unattached stage, allowing mind to play as it like. So because of past habits, now it is going to various objects. So this grasping becomes our object of attention, or very much like Dhammanupassana. Further and further, we are allowing the mind to behave as because of its past conditioning, and we are able to look at it, and then able to avoid it. Not really avoid it, able to not being caught to it, not become a victim to this past habit, but simply seeing it, simply understanding it, and then not being identifying with it. It is happening, but it is not you, it is not me, but it's some habit, kind of a habit. Then you are simply letting it go. So you are no more victimizing to that past habit. Yes.
So when you are looking at it, do you have to know where it's going?
Where it's going, yes.
You have to actually know what you are thinking about.
Correct, yes.
Not just that you are thinking.
Basically, it is the content. Now you are talking the content of the thought. So assume that the thought is now gone to your, suppose your child or husband or mother or whoever. So that means the content is that particular object. But before that you might understand, okay, this is a thought of craving, something like that. You can look at it in different manner, or even you can go more deeper, thinking according to the Paticcasamuppada. So these are Dhammanupassana means fairly advanced, where one has to have some understanding about causality, the Paticcasamuppada, and where he is keeping his mind like a very pure state. So that is the unattached mind, but as a result of Nama Rupa, now attachment happen. Now the consciousness, Vijnana, is getting a Nama Rupa. So because of that, now the entanglement has happened. So likewise one can look at it. So then again it disentangled, unentangled, again release. So likewise different approaches are there. So not just one technique, many techniques are there. So the ground is that you are always returning to that equanimity. So that becomes your comfort zone. Yes.
Thank you, Venerable Sir.
Yeah.
Venerable Swamin Vahansa, sitting meditation. Within 5 to 10 minutes, come to Chittanupassana and observe thoughts coming and passing away. Switch to feelings, Vedana, and then to thoughts observing. After a while, I am in the no thoughts or no feelings zone. Day-to-day work also with no thoughts. And speed of the thoughts coming to mind is less, and thereafter can observe most of them coming and passing away. Then in this process there is no I involved. It happens without I. Walking meditation. After a while, only feeling is the sand touching the soles and then vanish. Other parts of the body can be seen only, no any other feeling. Observing thoughts rising and passing away and its non-selfness and impermanency is the path to follow. Theruvan Saranai.
Yeah, you can say it is the path to follow, where you are observing various phenomena coming and going. But once the mind understand it, then mind let it go. And then only you are coming to that what we have discussed, we are coming to the anisita state, the unassociated state. So mind is now associating you can't say associating, kind of a freedom. So then the path to follow becomes the maximizing this freedom. So you don't need to go back and again, unless your mind not get freed, then you need to again educate the mind. Again you are allowing the mind to further understand, okay, things are rising and passing away at a very rapid succession. And again you are developing fair amount of wisdom in order to get the momentum to come out of that process. Assume you become capable of immediately coming to this freedom. If that is possible, then you need to maximize it. You don't need to go and again look at this, because already you have seen it. So once you have seen it, then you are able to come out of it, and now you have some sort of a freedom, and this freedom you have maximized. This freedom you again and again you have habituated, you have again and again taught to your mind. You are watching these phenomena, seeing these three characteristics, again releasing. Watching these phenomena, seeing the characteristics, three characteristics, again get released. So likewise this process happen again and again, several times. So now you know, now I am looking at these phenomena, next time also, and then again mind get released. And this release now become possibility, and you are confident about it. And then say you are capable of maintain it for 5 minutes, for example. Then 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Likewise, you are able to enhance it. So once you are enhancing it, now it becomes even a samadhi, kind of a concentration. That is what we call the animitta samadhi or sunyata samadhi. So likewise, so it depends on your approach. And now you are even having sort of a very fair, deep concentration even. And then you need to maximize it, and you have to take it even to your walking meditation. You need to check whether you are able to see various arising and passing away of phenomena while walking, and as a result of that, again mind get released. Again mind become free. So this again become freedom. So this the same freedom what you have observed in sitting, and the same freedom what you have observed in walking. So likewise, you are maximizing this process. Now this freedom becomes your path. So the path becomes to maximize the result, very much like. So it is very much the result that you are enjoying. So how much maintain that free mind, how much enjoy this unattached mind, non-grasping nature of the mind. So that becomes a kind of a path. Where that is why Buddha is mentioning anissito anupadano sato bhikkhu paribhaji. Anissito, that means you are maintaining an unassociated mind. Anupadano, where your kind of advice is not to cling. In case it get clung, it is your duty to release it. Again, it may happen. It may mind as a habit, because of past habit, it might go and clung to it. But advice is given. Anupadano. Don't get attached. So you are releasing it back. So in order to do whole thing, sato, you have to be mindful. Anissito anupadano sato bhikkhu paribhaji. So Buddha is mentioning very clearly that the monk is living, or he is going ahead while keeping the mind unassociated. In case it get attached, he immediately release it, and very mindful. Very beautifully mentioned. Yeah. Very precise, and he is the teacher. Yeah. Yes, that's all. No? Yeah. So we have come to the end of question and answer session. If there is no any other particular question, we can wind up the session. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for participation, and we'll meet you around 4:15. Yeah, 4:15 p.m. Thank you very much.